Good morning, twinnies. All right, let's see what's going on in the Twin Flame Counterpart Collective. You guys know I like to take the first part to sort of just explain some of the energies that I have been experiencing since the last time I posted, which wasn't a lot for me, but for the Divine Masculine Collective, a lot of them have been really sick. My Divine Masculine on Saturday night, we came back from my gig. And then within an hour of us getting home, he was throwing up all night. And it's interesting because touch wood, I didn't get it. So that tells me, and I mentioned this briefly on my Instagram post yesterday, go follow me. The link is on my page at the very top near the follow button. If you want more updates and stuff like that. So a lot of the Divine Masculines are deep purging, okay? And it's interesting because symbolically, the stomach bug was, symbolically what the Divine Masculines are purging. And it's all the things that they no longer need, or the sickness, the things in their life that has been causing them harm. And it's actually brought them closer to the Divine Feminine in the way of, for example, my Divine Masculine gets really sooky and really cuddly and really, needy when he's sick. And I absolutely love it because it means that he's in a vulnerable place of, feeling safe enough safe enough to be vulnerable with me. And, there are parts of me that's like, oh, why can't he be like this always? And I mentioned it to him briefly on, I think it was Sunday in the day when he was feeling a bit better. He was like reaching out for me and wanted to cuddle and wanted me to take care of him. And I said, oh, I love when you're like this. I said, babe, do you realize there's a pattern? Then he goes, actually, I didn't even say anything that sort of led into it. I think I just randomly said, babe, do you realize there's a pattern here? And he cut me off and he said, yeah, I've been getting sick a lot lately because the only way that lately I seek closeness and connection with you is when I'm sick. And it blew me away. My mouth was like, yes, exactly that. So the Divine Masculines are realizing patterns within themselves here, okay? So let's see what the Divine Masculine wants us to know, what's going on in the Divine Masculine Collective lately. I just think they're purging a lot. And they're becoming really cluey. They're cluing in on their patterns. Three of Swords. Okay, so they're purging some sort of pain. What is this pain? And this is pain from the past. Okay, so this isn't pain that has anything to do with you, Divine Feminine. What is this pain that the Divine Masculines are purging, please? Thank you, Divine Masculine. That one wanted to come out. Okay. Ooh, okay. Instantly, this came up when I saw that. You saw my mouth. I sort of caught myself. Specifically, pain where they have been left disappointed. Now, we're not seeing the Five of Cups or anything here, but it's more like the pain of where they've been let down. So they were forced into a corner. They felt backed into a corner where they had to keep themselves trapped in order to protect themselves. So they've grown accustomed to the loneliness. And this is all happening on a subconscious level where someone had let them down in their past. Yeah. Someone had let them down in their past and they had no choice. In their younger years, they had no choice but to lock it up. No choice but to lock it up. No choice but to put those boundaries up, that barrier. And that barrier was self-imprisonment, which meant that they kept themselves from being put in a position where they are let down and feeling unloved. But it also meant that they couldn't let any love in either. Wow. This is definitely showing in my situation. If you're curious how this is playing out, my Divine Masculine's father wound. His father had let him down and just didn't measure up to, just didn't do a good role of being a father, being a dad. And I think subconsciously this plays out for my Divine Masculine where he in the beginning, he feels safe enough to be vulnerable and put himself in that position. But then the longer that it goes on, the more attached that he grew, or the more he grew accustomed to, well, the deeper we got, I think, is what I'm trying to say. The more his subconscious mind made him realize that I could disappoint him, I could let him down. And I think he doesn't realize that this is what's going on. Or he might, but he just might not be sharing. Regardless, this is what they're going to be working through. Queen of Cups, yes. And the Strength card. So they are... That straight away tells me that they're aware of this on some level. Or they're starting to question it, at least. They're starting to, why am I like that? Why do I only feel comfortable being close when there's a reason? Why can't I just be like that in general? So, but regardless of what that is for you and your masculine, they're having some sort of an... So your masculine, the divine masculine collective, is having some sort of an awakening when it comes to really needing to and this is coming from them, they feel like they need to be putting themselves out there in this connection with you. And in the same way, this is really interesting. It's what I talked about in my last video. The divine feminines are in that place too, okay? The divine feminines and divine masculines know that in order to get the most out of this connection, and in order to get to a place where you both feel safe enough to give love and receive love freely and openly, is that you have to actively love each other unconditionally. And the pinnacle of loving unconditionally actively means you have to be vulnerable. And vulnerability isn't just, sharing my feelings. Yes, it is that. But at its core, the definition of vulnerability talks about putting yourself in a position where you could get hurt. There's no guarantee. When it comes to love, there's absolutely no guarantee that I'm not going to let him down like his dad did. And he's not going to fall in love with someone else and leave me and our family like my dad did. There's father wounding happening here. Justice. There's karmic balance coming into play here. Look at this. Okay. So we've got the Four of Wands, which talks about foundations, but also in the sense of a relationship. So stable union, stable foundations. Are you kidding me? Wow. There's a level of both of you being inspired, okay, to be this vulnerable, to have this new beginning in love, okay? Look at this, healing, moving forward toward healing and transforming everything, transforming the connection. Look at all these major arcana. Are you joking? And the Sun. Guys, are you fucking seeing that? I'm taking all that. The Chariot, so this is moving forward with progression, okay? Moving forward into this new place of passion, but also being inspired to really, I'm hearing jump head first into the pool, which is the pool of union, okay? The relationship, the connection, the Star. So there's an acceleration happening on the healing, but also the destined path. This is the destined path for both of you. And there's also dreams coming true here. What's happening? The relationship is being transformed by both of your lives. You both are deciding to transform your lives by choosing vulnerability. And by choosing vulnerability, you're choosing to love unconditionally. It's transforming the connection. The major arcana just keep coming. And this talks about growth and evolution, okay? Brightness, vitality. Divine Masculine is going to be making an offer soon. A serious